All right, I think we finally got it. Maybe. I don't know. I think we do. Okay. Good morning, everybody. This is Nicole Whitlock with eCom Sellers, and this is the morning eCom motivation, where we talk about getting focused, getting organized, getting structured in your e-commerce business. My name is Nicole Whitlock, and my passion is helping people to make progress in their e-commerce business, to definitely get consistent, to get organized, and to help you to prepare to win. That is the goal. So, if you are interested in some support, you need someone to help you with some accountability. You want someone to help you look at your schedule, your plan for your business. You can schedule a free 20-minute coaching session with me. You can go to ecomsellers.com, click on freebies, and schedule a free 20-minute coaching session with me there. We'll look at your schedule, we'll look at your plan and what your goals and objectives are for your business, and help maybe improve it, or maybe just check it off and say, hey, it looks fabulous, just stay the course. If you're needing some support along this journey, you can join ecomsellersacademy.com. There you'll gain access to our live weekly training sessions, our live Q&A sessions. In addition to that, you'll get 10 retail arbitrage and online arbitrage leads every single week for just being a member. And you'll also get a 10 wholesale supplier list every week, so you can start building your wholesale supply inventory list. And last but not least, if you have not already grabbed it, we encourage you to grab the My Ecom Planner. There's a digital version and there's a physical version. It is the ultimate e-commerce planner. It was created for sellers by sellers, and you can go to myecomplanner.com to grab your planner. Again, myecomplanner.com, where you'll be able to use it in your business and also in your personal life, and just to continue to make progress along the way. So every day we are logging on for some morning motivation. So I guess go grab your coffee, grab your planner, and let's get started. Today's topic is overcoming obstacles. There's always obstacles on this journey. Oh my gosh, that was a big old yawn. Today, my obstacle is my special needs son. I love him so much. But he is going on a trip at school. It's like the last week of school, so this is sort of fun and keeping them busy. So he's extremely excited. But in any case, we're talking about overcoming obstacles in your business, and also sometimes those obstacles impact your life, which impact your business. So we're looking at an article from Forbes, and I have not really looked at this article. And every day we're picking a new topic and Googling the topic to find out what articles are out there, just to see what they have to say. Sometimes the articles are right on point, and sometimes we have to think about them. But on this journey, this of being a seller, there are going to be obstacles. Things are going to happen. Things are going to impact your business. Things are not going to go perfect. Last night, my autistic son got up, and he was up half the night. So, hey, my life is not perfect by any stretch of the imagination. But in any case, we're going to see what Forbes has to say. It says 8 obstacles entrepreneurs never expected to have to overcome when starting their business. Never expected to have to overcome when starting their business. Okay, well, let's see what they got. So this is a Forbes online article. We are live on Clubhouse. We're also live in the e-commerce planning Facebook group. So you can definitely check out this article that we're looking at directly in the e-commerce planning Facebook group. You can also listen live on Clubhouse. So if you find this information helpful to you, definitely share this out with a friend. Invite them to come back as we talk about the challenges of being an entrepreneur. So the first one is the impact on your personal life. Yeah, running a business could definitely impact your personal life. As I yawn for the third time, this is bananas. Running a business can definitely impact your personal life. I agree 100%. Um, it will impact, it will feel like you don't have a personal life anymore. Sometimes, not all the time, not all the time. Depends on how you run your business, but just getting something started, getting it off the ground is going to require some focus, some commitment, and definitely some perseverance. And so, there will be some impact on your personal life. You can, over time, organize and structure it so that it doesn't feel like it takes up your entire life. But I would encourage you to definitely get organized, like to put together a plan so that it doesn't feel like it's taking up your entire life. To make sure that, when you are working in your business, you're focused 100% on the things that are going to help you to stay focused and committed and not help you feel deflated. So I agree that there is going to be an impact on your personal life for sure. The next was as how lonely it can be. Well, as a solopreneur, you are running your business by yourself unless you've made it a family affair or you've got a business partner friend. And even then, like I have a business partner, and like yesterday, not yesterday, day before yesterday, we saw each other for the first time in like, I don't know, 3 months. So again, it can still be a little lonely because of the fact that you're running your business by yourself most of the time. You are um, like doing all of the work initially. Now, as you continue to grow and stick with it, there are aspects of your business you'll be able to outsource. But initially, when you first start, it is, it's lonely and there's not a lot of help and support. You get the satisfaction and the joy of all of the progress that you make in your business. And you also get the satisfaction and joy of all the setbacks and the feelings that go with the setbacks. But the thing that I do want to encourage you again to stay the course because initially it will be lonely. So make some connections with other entrepreneurs on the journey, join some Facebook groups and, message them, message others. Every once in a while, try to connect with people in your community, go out, and do things with them so that you don't feel 100% lonely on this journey. Next one is find time to fulfill internal promises. So I don't know what they directly, when it comes to e-commerce, what those internal promises can be. But you do have commitments that you do have to your customers, like, oh, okay, someone bought something, so you got to ship it to them. That one you do have to make sure you make time to do those. So the best way to make sure that you have enough time to do all the things that you need to do in your business, I encourage you to create a schedule. If you don't have a schedule, there's going to be challenges, and there's going to be times that you're going to drop the ball because you don't have a schedule pulled together. Now, I'm not going to say that the schedule is going to solve 100% of all your problems because, again, when you're first starting, there's those challenges are going to feel like there's a lot until you have systems and processes in place. But then over time, as you have systems and processes in place, it won't feel like, it's so overwhelming. So making sure that you have time to do everything that you need to do in your business, building a schedule, and doing your best to stick with that schedule initially, even when you want to feel like you want to go against the grain and do something different. So I don't encourage you to spend 24/7 in your business when you first start. I encourage you to find that balance and making sure that you have dedicated time in your business and you also still have time for your personal life. Otherwise, you'll quit. I'm just telling you, you're going to quit. Number four, having to embrace the competition. Well, on this e-commerce journey, there's definitely going to be a lot of competition. There's going to be products that other people are going to sell, products that may be similar to yours, the exact same product, different platforms, and all of that. And so competition is what competition is. It's not going away. You're going to have to deal with it. So the things that I would encourage you to do just to be able to deal with this part of the journey is you got to start getting better at things that are going to help you stand out. You got to get better at, product research, finding those products that are going to be in demand that people are looking for. And so that's a gradual progression of getting better at product research. You've got to get better at keyword research. Those are things that are going to help you to be found organically. You got to get better at sourcing and finding products at the right price. So these are things you're going to gradually get better at over time. You're not going to be perfect at it at the beginning. You're not going to be perfect at it in the middle. You may not even be perfect at it, when you're at a place where you're ready to sell your business. But these are things that you should strive to improve over time. You got to get better at creating amazing listings, your images, your titles, your descriptions, all of those things. You've got to get better at those things. And then you've got to get better at your customer service. All of that's going to matter on this e-commerce journey. You have to work on getting better at those things. So embrace the competition. You're going to have some. You're going to have setbacks. There's going to be returns. There's going to be refunds. There's going to be negative reviews. There's going to be customer questions. It's just going to happen. And so your job is to work through those challenges. The next one is finding and training the right team. Oh my gosh, absolutely. You know, finding the right team. Like I have a VA team, and at times I'm like, just want to throw my hands up. And there are other times I'm extremely happy. Like, you may find the right team. You've got a couple of great apples, and then you got a couple of bad apples, and having to pull the trigger to get rid of the bad apples, and having to deal with the setbacks that the bad apples create, and having to deal with the fallout from that. So, finding the right people can be time consuming, can be exhausting. The first thing that you need to do is you need to set yourself up for success and finding the right people, making sure that you have standard operating procedures in place for the things that you want to outsource, making sure that there is a checklist of what you want in a person when you go through the process of looking for people. So there's always going to be a need to find the right people to help you in your business. You may not be at that place when you first start this journey, but over time you will start to outsource or hand over aspects of your business to maybe a more efficient process, maybe a tool or an app. Maybe you'll hand it over to a service. So all of those things are part of this journey, and it's not going to be something that happens immediately. It may happen overnight. Over time. So you need to be in a position to be prepared for that transition, and you need to know when things are not working. So the only way you're going to know that is that you've done that job, and you know that, oh, okay, I know for a fact that this job does not take 8 hours to do. I know that you can knock it out in an hour, and I'm not really sure what you've been doing for the other 7. That kind of stuff. So finding the right team is going to be extremely important, and being able to pull the trigger and say, nope, you're out of here. Next is not succeeding at the first attempt. Okay, that first product that you put up 50, you sold 50, and you're still not a millionaire. Okay, you need to be prepared for that. It is part of the journey. You are not going to be an instant millionaire on this journey. It's just not going to happen. You are going to, over time, continue to make progress, continue to work in your business, and you'll start to gain some traction over time. It is not instantaneous. Your first product may not even sell at all, because again, you've got to learn the process of product sourcing and finding those products that are in demand. You've also got to learn the process of keyword research, optimization of listings, all of that stuff. It's a gradual progression. So it may be like the 3rd month before you get your first sale. For some people, they get their first sale in the first 2 weeks. And for other people, they're like, I've been listed nonstop every day for the last 6 weeks, and I haven't sold anything. Okay. It happens. It'll be okay. So you have to stay the course and continue to gradually get better at things over time, but do not, give up. Here's what I'll say. There's all these amazing quotes about people who were not successful the first time around. One of my favorites is, of course, Michael Jordan. There's the other one on Einstein. You can look them up yourself. But the point is, it is continuing to go after it over and over again until you get better at it, until you get it right, and then seeing the win on the other side. So I'm just saying, if this is for you, then we're not giving up at the first sign of failure. The next one is opening myself up to public criticism. Look, I've already said you're going to have family members or friends may look at you and go, you're crazy. I don't know why you just don't get a real job. I don't know why you just don't, whatever they have to say. They may ridicule you. They may make fun of you. It's going to be okay. You may get customer complaints. You may even get your account suspended in the first couple of months of launching your business on specific platforms. There's going to be lessons learned. It is not going to be perfect. Sometimes you're going to launch things ugly. It's part of the process. It will be okay. Over time, you will get better. The number of people that I know that are like $1 million sellers that had their accounts suspended, you would be surprised. But the problem is that you only see, I know you've seen the picture of the iceberg. You only see what's above the surface. You don't see the struggles and the challenges that person went through, which is the stuff that's below the surface, and how big that iceberg is underneath. It's like 10 times bigger underneath than it is on the top. So, keeping all of that in mind, don't compare yourself to others. Don't compare your results to others. Again, it's part of the journey, and um, it's going to be okay. It's not going to be perfect. You're going to get some negative feedback. Maybe you found and sourced some products that were not good. They were subpar. They were trash. And so they're like, oh, this is horrible. It's too thin. It's cheap. It's whatever. And you got to deal with that. You got to do better at sourcing. So, again, there's a list of things that over time you've got to get better at. Number 8, learning to speak up. Well, since it's just you initially, definitely, you may have to fight for whatever has happened to your account on different platforms. So you definitely need to be able to advocate for yourself. You need to not give up on that conversation with that platform, even though 99% of the time it's a bot or somebody in another country and it's just frustrating. But again, staying the course, having a backup plan to be able to deal with those challenges and those setbacks. So you do have to learn how to speak up. If people are taking advantage of you, if platforms are taking advantage of you, if things are happening not the way that you think that they should, you need to be able to fight for yourself, fight for your business. So, with that being said, I hope this was helpful. This is not a bad article at all. It's on Forbes. So, it's 8 obstacles entrepreneurs never expected to have to overcome when starting their business. And let me just say, everything I talked about, I went through. I went through some aspects of it, maybe early, maybe later. It is part of the journey. And I'm sure that there are other aspects of it that others can speak to and say, yeah, I went through some of that stuff and I'm still going through some of that stuff, whatever that happens to be. But the goal is, again, to find your purpose, to know your why, to be able to know, you know what, this is just the season that I'm in right now. This is the valley that I happen to be sitting in. And on the other side of that hill is I'm going to see the results of all of the work that I've put in. So that's the thing that I would encourage you to keep in mind. Persevere through it all. All right. So with that being said, again, my name is Nicole Whitlock. I'm with eCom Sellers. This is the morning eCom motivation, our daily eCom planning session. We come to you every day, Monday through Saturday, where we talk about this e-commerce journey. And so I encourage you to come back tomorrow for sure and listen in. We also have our weekly planning session, which is every Saturday morning. And we also have our monthly ecom planning session, which is the last Sunday of the month, which happens to be not this Sunday, but the following Sunday. So I encourage you to come out and let's do some monthly planning for the month of June. In addition to that, if you feel like you need some support on this e-commerce journey, you want to talk to someone about your schedule, you feel like you're just not able to make any progress in your business, how can you get more organized, how can you get more structured, you can schedule a free 20-minute coaching session with me by going to ecomsellers.com, clicking on freebies, and scheduling a free 20-minute coaching session. In addition to that, you can join Ecom Sellers Academy if you need some support along the way. You get live weekly training sessions, live Q&A, live 10 retail arbitrage and online arbitrage leads. So you can go out, use it to make money right now. In addition to that, you'll get 10 wholesale supplier lists, so you can use that to go out and vet those wholesale suppliers and decide which ones you want to establish accounts for. So the more accounts you have, the more options you'll have as you get closer to Q4, and that's what you want. In addition to that, and hopefully you'll find the quality wholesale suppliers. In addition to that, if you haven't already done so, grab the Ecom Planner. It's going to help you to be more organized, more consistent in your business. You'll be able to keep track of where you are on your e-commerce journey and be able to see visually what your progress is. You can also use it for your day-to-day because, again, your life, your entire day is not just your business. There are aspects of your day that's, includes your family or your friends, your dogs, whatever the case may be. You don't spend 16 hours of your day just working your business. Now, some people will. Depends on what's going on and whether or not they have a deadline and a goal to achieve. But that's not always, and that's not sustainable long term. So keep that in mind too. So grab the eCom planner so that you can use that to help you on your e-commerce journey. It is the ultimate e-commerce planner. It was created for sellers by sellers. And you can go to myecomplanner.com. So now we are going to look at the daily ecom planning checklist. You can download it directly from the e-commerce planning Facebook group. So if you go there, you can download it. It's in the files section. And we're going to step through what are the things we need to be thinking about as an e-commerce seller. And hopefully, I am really hoping that over this next week, I can get used to this tool, Melon. I am really struggling with this tool because clearly I had some challenges this morning with it. I actually scheduled a session, but again, something about my schedule didn't work. So I had to create it all over again. Anyway, it is what it is. It's an obstacle. I'm working to get over it. So hopefully you'll stay patient with me as I continue on this journey. Someone is messaging on Telegram. So since I'm live on Clubhouse, I'm on my phone. So that's the noise you hear. So our daily ecom planning checklist, we're going to fly through this. The thing that I do want to encourage you is to find 5 to 15 minutes the night before and 5 to 15 minutes the morning of, so we can go through and plan for our future success, plan for our business, and plan for the progress that we're going to make in our business. So find that time, commit to that time, and then execute on that time. Help grow your business. So the first thing is the night before. It's either going to be 5 minutes or it's going to be 15 minutes, but you got 4 things that we encourage you to do. The reason it might be 5 minutes is if you've gone through the weekly planning session, then you already have your schedule for this week. And so it's called your actual schedule, actual versus your schedule template, weekly schedule template. So if you did not participate in the weekly planning session, you can go back and listen to it on Clubhouse. You can also listen to it in the e-commerce planning Facebook group. And it's also, I believe, live on YouTube, and it's live on my Facebook page. So we haven't figured out the gram yet. We're still working through those challenges. So you can grab it there. You can go and listen to it there. But in any case, if you did participate in the weekly planning session, it's a 5-minute activity for you. So the first thing we're going to do of this 4 checklist activities is, 1, we're going to assess the day. We're going to sit down, look at our schedule and our plan for the day, and see how closely we were able to follow it, how much progress we made for the day, what were the things that were on our list, what were the obstacles we ran into, what were the challenges. We're going to celebrate the things you got done. We're going to celebrate your wins. There's going to be a win every day. There is. There's always a win. And so, if you had 20 things on the list and you only were able to accomplish 3, that's fine. It doesn't matter. We're going to celebrate that success. In addition to that, we're going to go through and update your daily tracking stats. So your daily tracking stats, how many listings did you create? How many listings did you rework? How many shipments did you send out? What were your expenses for the day? What were your sales? What were your profits? All of these things, there's many other things, and it's all in your e-commerce planner. So we're going to go through that and update that in your ecom planner and update those stats. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to review your online calendar for tomorrow. We all have online calendars. It could be Yahoo, it could be Google, it could be Outlook, it could be iCloud, it can be whatever tool you like to use as a calendar. And you may have an online calendar for your job. So we're going to look at those online calendars and see what do we have on the agenda for tomorrow so that there are no surprises. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to go through the process and we are going to create our schedule for tomorrow. Now, again, if you've already done the actual, it's already created for you. Just extract it, or it may actually already be in your planner. But if you haven't created it, I want you to include everything that happens in your life, not just the business aspect of it. Make sure that you're, including where you're spending your time the entire day, because sometimes as we're working to get more organized and structured in our business, what we're not doing a good job of is accounting for where all of our time is being spent throughout the day. There are sometimes opportunities to invest your time in your business, or to maybe stop wasting time doing things, procrastinating, the gremlin of procrastination, there are opportunities for you to stop wasting time. So we need to look at that schedule and figure out where we're losing time in our daily schedule. Maybe there are things that we're doing that are causing that. And then I got to figure out how to turn this app off. So that's one thing that I would encourage you to do, is to go through and figure out where those opportunities exist. And then, we're going to write out our entire schedule, everything. And we're going to account for every hour of the day or the majority of the day. Now, here's what I do want to say. Yesterday, I read an article. Actually, it was not even an article. It was a post, a challenge that was on TikTok. And they said, split your day into 4 quarters. They said every game has 4 quarters. And I was like, I had not thought about that before. And so sometimes your first quarter, your second quarter, and your third quarter, they're not wins for you, but your fourth quarter might be a win. So separate your day into 4 quarters. I encourage you to separate into morning, afternoon, and evening. So really, it's not really 4 quarters, it's 3 for me. But, what are the things you need to accomplish and get done in the morning, the things in the afternoon, the things in the evening. And sometimes your morning does not go as planned. Sometimes there's an emergency that comes up and it's okay. Sometimes in the afternoon, something does not go as planned. Maybe you get a flat tire where you're out doing your grocery shopping and you're just like, okay, I lost 5 hours there. And then sometimes things don't go as planned in the evening. Sometimes your child has a meltdown, you got to deal with that, or something else happens and, you burn the dinner and you're just like, okay. So morning, afternoon, and evening, and working to make progress on things that you need to get done throughout the day by splitting it up into morning, afternoon, and evening. But I think the concept of breaking it up into 4 quarters and thinking of it like a game, I think that's actually a pretty cool concept. And I'm going to run with that and see how that feels. Because again, just like in games, I know you've seen like the NBA playoffs and other types of games. They could have a horrible first quarter, second quarter, third quarter, and then come back for the win in the fourth quarter. So again, your day could end amazing, or maybe you have an amazing first quarter and second quarter, your third quarter and fourth quarter just really suck. It can happen. So maybe that helps you because you might be a sports buff. I happen to love basketball and football, so I like that analogy. I think it's pretty cool. Something to think about. So maybe that helps you as you build out your schedule, but build your schedule so that you have an inclusive schedule of everything that you're doing every single day. The next thing is we're going to talk about this morning, going through our 5-step checklist. We're going to go through the 5-step checklist for today. So the first thing in the morning after you get your cup of coffee, get your tea, whatever, do your yoga, do some meditation, go for a walk, whatever that happens to be for you. Now we're going to sit down. We're going to prepare for success today. The first thing we're going to do, step 1, is we're going to reassess yesterday. Why? Because sometimes there are things that we just completely forget on that schedule. We forget where we wasted time. We forget where we lost time. We forgot where we got distracted. Or maybe there is an activity that you're engaging in every single day or every single Monday or Tuesday or whatever, and you don't even realize, like, oh, I completely forgot that I'm doing that every Monday. So, yeah. So going through that schedule and pulling together your plan, your checklist, and looking at it and saying, okay, what did I do yesterday? And did I account for all the time and where I spent it? And what were the activities I was engaging in? You might find over time that, hey, every Monday I'm going to the Dollar Tree, but I never noted that before. And now I realize that I need to just make it part of my permanent schedule. That could be it. It could be that every Monday you have to deal with longer homework assignments, or there's always a test that your child has to study for. So you have to spend more time on homework on Mondays. So again, until you document it, you don't know what the pattern is sometimes. It just may feel like it's just par for the course, and it may not be par for the course. Step 2 is to review your weekly priorities and weekly habits, along with step 3, looking at your monthly plan. So looking at your monthly plan, is the third full week of May. And so what was on your agenda? How much progress have you made in your monthly goals? You established 20 to 25 goals. So are you halfway through them, or have you not even made a dent? These are things you need to know. You need to pay attention to whether or not you're making progress. It may force you to make adjustments to your schedule for today and the rest of this week. In addition to that, knowing what the priorities are. So sometimes the priorities have nothing to do with your business. Sometimes they are personal. For me this week, the priority is today to get the gifts up to the teachers for teacher appreciation, which was like 2 weeks ago. But it's the last week of school, so I got to get the gifts out. So again, making sure that those gifts are ready and get them out the door. If I don't get them out today, they got to go out tomorrow, and I really need the kids to do them. So we didn't do them last night. So, and then also your weekly habits. What are you tracking? What are the things you're focusing on? If you're committing to walking every single day, if you're committing to drinking water, if you're committing to creating 10 listings a day, where are you on that journey? Are you sticking with your commitments? Are you making progress? The next is step 4 is to review today's schedule. After assessing your weekly priorities and also assessing your monthly goals, it may force you to rewrite your schedule, and it's okay. You need to rewrite it because of the progress you did or did not make yesterday. So you may have to rewrite today's schedule based on the information that you have now available to you. Maybe the schedule is perfect and you just need to read it and you need to speak it to yourself. You need to speak it into existence. This is what we're doing. This is the win we're going to experience today. These are the goals we're going to accomplish. These are the things we're going to get done. So you're going to speak it into existence and carry it into the day. You're going to hand it off like a track runner running around the track. Maybe you're doing the 4x40, 4x400. And so you are literally handing off the baton to the next person. So your subconscious mind had to think about it all night. Now your conscious mind gets to bring it on home. So there you go. Hand off the baton. And then you're going to write out step 5, write out tomorrow's schedule. Again, if you went through the weekly planning session, you've already got tomorrow's schedule. So you may need to tweak it, but you've already got it. If you don't, go ahead and start building it. You don't have to spend a lot of time on that because you're going to revisit it tonight anyway before you go to bed. The other thing is I do want you to be mindful of disruptions to your plan, to your routine, to your schedule. Those are the things that you need to be aware of. You need to be prepared to deal with those things. You may have to make adjustments to your schedule this week or next week, or you may have to make adjustments to your schedule for me for the next 11 weeks, which is because schools will be out. School is going to be out for 11 and a half weeks. How do I know that? Because I am a nerd and I've already put it on a chart. So I know how many weeks my kids are out of school. I know what they are working for at the end of every single week. So they have to make progress in the assignments that I've given them. And if they make progress on those assignments, then they get to do something. So in other words, that sort of keeps them motivated throughout the week. And hopefully that will keep them out of my hair. It will also keep them focused and help them to make progress in their personal lives because we're working on adulting right now. But in any case, what's your game plan? If you don't have a game plan, I encourage you to put one together because school's going to be out. If you have kids, you're going to have to deal with that. The other thing is, are there things that are going to be longer term disruptions outside of school? So maybe this summer somebody's having surgery. Maybe this summer, grandma's coming to visit for 2 weeks. Like these are things that are definitely going to impact your progress and your productivity in your business. Be prepared for those. Don't let them 1000% set you back. They can be minor hiccups if you plan it right. So with that being said, I hope this is extremely helpful for you. I hope this information is a blessing to you. If it is, please share this out with someone. Let someone know about this daily planning session. I'm sorry about the yawns at the beginning. My son, Nicholas, did not sleep last night, so I didn't sleep last night. So in any case, I hope that you use this to have a most productive, highly focused day, that you make progress in your business. It's good progress. And that you not allow the obstacles and the setbacks to stop you from what you're doing because you have a goal to reach. You have a plan that you need to achieve. So keep working towards that so that you can get on the other side of this because the rewards on the other side of this are going to be amazing. It is not about the finish line. It really is about the journey. So it's a marathon. It is not a sprint. So good luck today and have a highly productive, very successful day. We're going to say goodbye for now. Goodbye, y'all. Make sure you share this out.